All right, good afternoon, and welcome to the Group Insurance Committee meeting, Wednesday, December 15th, 2021. I'm going to call the meeting to order at 4:03 here at the Central Administration Building. Before we move to roll call, I do want to make the committee aware that we are going to be removing item 2.01, presentation and discussion of the Washoe County School District Group Insurance Claim Experience Report as of November 2021, off the agenda. I assume those will be sent to us when they are available. So, okay. So with that change, we'll go to item 1.02, roll call. Robert Munson.
Okay, Jeff. Eric.
Here.
Mike.
Here.
Rachel.
Here.
Selena.
Here.
Diane. Absent. Tony.
Here.
I'm sorry, Macmillan.
Here.
Sometimes I need to use both. There we go. Tony Marestia.
Here.
Okay. Dawn.
Here.
And I am here. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Moving on to, items, do we have, no, I don't see open. Are we not doing public comment?
That's been taken off too, right? For that, yeah, they've made some changes to the structure of the agenda, so there's no public comment beforehand.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to item 2.02, presentation and discussion of the Washoe County School District Group Insurance Internal Revenue Funds Distribution and Presentation Schedule.
Okay, that's a fancy title for this. There's no presentation, but so we've been sending out, as you all know, the Internal Revenue Fund, the monthly financials. The monthly is preliminary numbers because they're numbers that have come out before everything is concrete. This is something that has been done for many years. I'm not even sure how far back we've been doing it, but with the insurance committee. And meaning the risk management office, had a meeting with business, and currently we're looking at going to just sending and presenting the quarterly financials instead of sending preliminary numbers. These quarterly financials are concrete. They're revised and edited and approved by business as well. This is to align practices with what's also done with the Board of Trustees, as well as we don't have the staffing currently in either office to be pushing out some of the financials. And then also it's just business is more comfortable with providing concrete numbers instead of preliminary numbers. So I just wanted to bring that to everyone, to let everyone know, see if anybody had questions. We're fairly healthy as a fund currently still, so if something were to change, we could always bring it back to the table too if we wanted to start looking at the monthly at another time.
Any questions? I actually thought we decided a while ago to go to quarterly, and then we went back to monthly.
We do quarterly presentations,
Okay.
and then the monthly is still coming through the email. We just
Got
don't
it.
present them at each meeting. But so the change will be, we just won't be emailing the monthly, would only be emailing and presenting the quarterly.
All right. Tony?
Question or maybe comment. As we get further into the year and we start talking about rates and everything for the following year, I don't think quarterly is going to be enough information to have those discussions. So maybe something to think about, as we get into those discussions, what's more appropriate.
Yes, we can look at that. I do think some of the numbers that Lloyd presents is going to be very pertinent to those discussions. And we will continue with those on a monthly basis. It will just be our internal fund for the health insurance fund and the wellness fund. So, but we certainly can take a look at that if we think it's needed at that time.
Any other questions? Okay. Did you have something else to add?
That is it. Thank you.
Thanks. Moving on to 2.03, presentation and discussion of the Washoe County School District Group Insurance Anthem claim activity and turnaround report as of November 2021. Welcome.
Hi, Pam Davidson from Anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield. I'm going to work off my phone here for a minute. So in November, we received 13,262 claims total for the group. We processed 13,155. On the first 14 days, 98.81% of those were processed. In the next 30 days, 99.83. And within 60 and 90 days, it was 99.99% of those claims were processed. Out of those 13,262 claims, 11,936 came from the PPO plan, and 1,326 came from the HSA plan. Does anyone have any questions on the turnaround of the claims?
Questions?
Okay. And since the reports are slightly early this month on the turnarounds, next month there might be a few additional ones added to the December portion, although December is actually just not complete yet. Moving on to the dental, in the month of November, we received 2,331 dental claims. As in the first 14 days, 96% were processed, and within 30 days, 100% were processed. It was a slightly larger claims than in October. I know we didn't have a meeting last month, so you still have those numbers on the reports. Does anyone have any questions on the dental turnaround time?
Questions regarding dental? I don't see any.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Who's doing wellness? Me. Okay. Presentation and discussion of the Washoe County School District Group Insurance Wellness Program. Report to cover current events and programs as of November 2021.
Okay, Laura Thurston, for the record, excuse me. As probably many of you know, our health assessment deadline was December 1st. We were pretty on track for what we have shown in prior history. We had 6,492 members complete the health assessment as of December 1st. That's around, these are rough numbers without weeding everything out, but this around 85% of our eligible members, which is pretty close to normal of previous years. And I would say we'll hope to even increase that number a little bit more in this next month. We'll have some of the people who get their notices that they didn't complete it, they will have the opportunity to complete as soon as possible. They would be not be seeing that discount for January, but they would start as soon as we could affect their February and or March paycheck, would dependent on when they complete it. So just keep that in mind if you hear that from members that they didn't complete it. Yes.
Rachel Drake. So my question is the health assessment always due on December 1st, or does the date change?
It's always due on December 1st.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Somebody asked the question. So.
Yep. As far as I know, the last 10 years it has been. Yep. But again, so just if you get that question, if someone forgot to complete theirs, they still have the opportunity to go in and complete it. They will just see the January charge, and then it will drop for the rest of the year after that. Screenings also were completed. We had approximately 1,329 people go through screenings. And speaking to prior years, 2020, we didn't have screenings, of course, because of COVID. But previous to that, we were probably, off the top of my head, I would say we were closer to the 3,000-ish range. So this is lower. Personally, it's not a disappointment because they were done differently this year. We held them at Specialty Health. Only one location. We weren't able to go out to all of our locations because of COVID concerns and and not knowing where we'd be at that point. So I feel like that's a relatively good number, and we'll hope to get kind of back to regular numbers next year if we can figure that out to going to locations. Yes?
So, in the past, we've contracted them and they've come out to like school sites and done different schools. They've also done the wellness, we've had wellness checks and wellness fairs and things like that. I know with COVID, we're not doing that, and you said we're hoping to go back to that. The cost involved in having that contract, though, is that significantly higher? Have we saved money because of not doing that, or?
Not going out to locations?
Right, or is it just as expensive having people go to the places and whatever? I'm just curious.
We have struggled with finding a vendor at a cost of what we have paid our vendors, which would be Renown and St. Mary's in the past. I don't want to speak for next year, but previously, at least in the last couple of years, those vendors were not options for us. So we were looking at other wellness vendors, and they tend to be more expensive. They're not local. A lot of times they're third parties, and they're sending in nurses and things like that. So we're paying for that too. So Specialty House is a local company. They're smaller, though. They don't have the staffing like Renown or St. Mary's would have. So hence one reason why it's only at their location currently beyond the COVID portion of it. So yes, you're correct. If we do go back to offering those at sites, we could potentially be looking at a higher cost as well. Does that answer your question, Ron?
Absolutely,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. Flu, we also offered the flu shots and some of the vaccinations again at those screenings too. I apologize, we don't have final numbers on that yet, so hopefully our next meeting I'll be able to report those, but those did happen too. People can still go get their flu and any vaccine pretty much at most pharmacies now that take our insurance, just a reminder on that. And then just a couple things that are going on in the Virgin Pulse portal. We have an opportunity to earn double points from December 6th to the 20th through some nutrition activity items there. And again, earning points means you earn points towards a gift card of your choice through the Virgin Pulse portal. And then there's also a short weekly challenge of Appreciate Others challenge from December 13th through the 19th. And that's just tracking your days of appreciation actions. Any other questions?
I think I have a
Okay.
comment.
Sure.
I think it'll be good information for us too to track. We've had great health fairs, wellness fairs that we've had great participation in, and we've watched our numbers, right, as claims came in. So it'll be interesting to see. Last year claims were low because no one went to the doctor. But this year it'll be interesting too to see if what we didn't catch because of, well, not wellness. Sometimes our balance of that cost ahead of time is later on because they
Right.
caught something in those well checks, I guess.
Oh,
is the-
sure, I see
the
what you're
blood
saying.
work,
Okay.
And we have higher numbers usually, so
Right.
I'll just be interested to see how that plays out too. Early prevention.
Right.
Okay. Anything else?
That is it. Thank
Okay, any
you.
questions about wellness? Okay. Then we'll move on. 2.05, approval of the minutes of the October 27th, 2021 meeting of the Group Insurance Committee. These were mailed out. Be looking for a first and a second.
Tony Marestio, I move that we approve the minutes of the October meeting.
Rachel Drake, I second.
Thank you. Okay, I have a first and a second to approve the minutes of the October 27th, 2021 meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, motion passes. So I know we've had some really short meetings for the last few months, but they will not be short after this meeting. I wanted to give you a heads up on what was coming in the next few months. In January, we will have a discussion. Okay, everybody be thinking about this. In January, you'll elect a new chair and a new co-chair. That's the first thing. Then we are going to be having a discussion on 3 different items that were brought to my attention that I sent off to Laura from the board, from the committee members. One will be a discussion on the formulary, mostly on diabetes, I think medicines, but hopefully the formulary, and Anthem Blue Cross will be here in the building with us, right?
Yeah, we're going to try to make arrangements for them to be here. And if not, for some reason, I'm sure we can make arrangements for them to Zoom in, right? But that's the plan so far, to speak to the formulary and diabetes, but also kind of show more so even how the plan has been acting in terms of the pharmacy costs, excuse me.
And we try to review this every couple of years, so it's time. Second item will be a discussion on the 90-day grace after hiring, the 90-day grace period before receiving insurance, because that would be a change to our document. And the I'm trying to put these all. Third item is a discussion on, it's Tony's, I can think about this. Tony, help me. Appeals. You wanted to know about the appeals process now that we don't do them. So
Yes.
that's item number 3.
So we plan on going kind of through the appeal process, again, and just kind of explaining that, and then also maybe looking at some of the past history of what those appeals have looked like. But if there's anything else that we might be missing, please reach out to me so we can make sure we include that.
Okay. So those are 3 pretty deep topics, so I don't see January being a fast meeting. So that will be on there. At some point, we will need to schedule a separate meeting to do our Hipaa training and our open meeting law training. And that'll be and financial training. So we usually try to do that on a different meeting because it doesn't fall under an open meeting law. We just get talked to. It's a training. So, and then about March, we start looking at the next year. So I hope you've liked the short meetings, but they're not going to be short. And I apologize, and whoever the chair is, I'm sorry that that's how we set it up for you.
It might be you.
Oh. So, with that, is there any public comment? You mean these people don't want to talk? Okay. With that, I wish you a very happy holidays and a great break. You all deserve it. So, and we'll see you back here in, it's somewhere on here for me to read. The next meeting will be January 26, 2022 in the Washoe County School District Administration Room. And the last item is to adjourn the meeting. Meeting adjourned. Happy holidays.